got you out of the house.
Outside. With the outside.
Get tightened up in this bud. What's up, babe? This is our 5th episode. Are you excited? Like, what do you got going? Look, 5th episode. We are
Oh, number 5.
number 5.
You know what number 5 means?
Talk about it.
Number 5 is also the 5th annual anniversary.
We got the Empowerment Brunch Weekend jumping off as the 5th annual one, man. Listen, it's going to be super huge this year, man. First and foremost, look, we're starting off with well, we're not starting off, but I have to start off here because the keynote speaker is Bishop Jason Nelson.
Woo!
Some of you, I know you're looking at me like right now, like who the hell is Jason Nelson? But you gotta have a little bit of religious background to know who Jason Nelson is, yo. So do me a favor, Google him before you leave, man. Make sure you know that you ain't missing nothing, that you're missing something, man. All right. So we also have K Love, the poet. If y'all was here, that's right. She's a spoken word artist. If y'all was here and came to the Empowerment Brunch last year, then you would see how dynamic and anointed she really is.
Yes.
Look, I'm talking about. This is coming from. I'm a person who speaks, for a living. I talk to people and speak life into people. This lady moved me. And I am one of the toughest, hardest critics on speakers.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, like, I literally be like, man, that motherfucker, all right, but he not real. Like, you know what I'm saying? But with her, I'm like, she got it. Like, so if not for nothing, y'all got to come see her that Friday night. That will be here at Jake's Diner with us for another episode of Love Unfiltered. So we are kicking off the Empowerment Weekend with us and K Love. That's right. And we got a bunch of stuff going on for the anniversary reception. We also have the very next morning, we have a meditation segment, right?
Yes, it's morning meditation at AWOL Fitness at Pyramid Village at 9 a.m. So come get your stretch, come get your awareness, come get your, if you're a yogi, then you understand, but come get empowered through just some self-awareness strictly on the mat.
Yes, yoga, y'all. It's not lynch and, the crazy stuff that I've been doing. And I don't know if I'm going over there today because I don't got time to hear this talk this bullshit. It ain't even me. I don't have nothing to do with it. We're just going to go in there and get our mind right? So we're going to have some mindfulness practices so that we can engage in that weekend and, to the highest power. That makes sense? Come on, give it up for mindfulness practices. Right? We don't do none of that shit anyway. Yeah, it's all good. And then we have the actual, we have the main day. That's right. We have the main day. And our host is the Grammy-nominated, the Dove Award-winning, producer to all of the highest stars in gospel. His name is Dana Soray.
Soray, you heard that? Soray. You know what that is? Yeah, that's the bloodline.
Hey. That was who she was before she got me. Real quick.
Don't make me snap.
What you think you gonna be doing while you snapping? What you think I'm gonna be doing? Let you snap on me? Shit, I'm gonna snap back. What's wrong with you?
Somebody get that
before, I said my snapper still work. I bought some batteries the other day to make sure when you start snapping, my shit snap back. What's wrong with it, y'all? Shit, in public now, I'm putting a whole show. A whole show. I'm Big Tootie. Tootie puts on a show, don't she? Oh man, all right, so check it out, y'all. What the fuck was I talking about?
That's that 47. That's that 48, 47. That's what it is. You don't remember.
48, you right.
How old are you, Harvey?
Don't you worry about how old I am, but I know.
This ain't about now. We can go back and forth. Hoboken ass.
Oh no, that's Jersey City.
That's right. Both.
Hoboken.
I represent both.
Yeah, you really Puerto Rican.
I am.
You from Hoboken. So if you from Hoboken, you Puerto Rican.
And is.
I seen her the other day. She had every color in the crown box on, y'all. Every color on the spectrum. I said, you really from Hoboken? I know it. You can't be. You couldn't be a colored person, African American, wearing all of them colors.
It's a comedy show.
One day I'm open up for drink. I'm telling you, I told him before I spoke it, I told him drink. I'm gonna open up for you, big dog. So I'll be practicing. Anytime you get I have to show my personality. You know what I'm talking about? I got speaking to existence too. But we're not here for that.
We're not here.
We're not here for that. We're not here for that. So, Audrey, leave me alone. Stay right there. Matter of fact, you and Angel switch seats. So at least that's for her first. All right, but let's talk. Oh, real quick. We was in the gym today. We was working out, and Wendy had this tremendous amount of weight on there because I work out. So no, listen real quick. Y'all know I wake up super early in the morning, and I work out super early in the morning. Shout out to Whitney Walls over there. Whitney Walls. We're giving you a shout out right now. Natalie ain't talking about shit. She need to be talking about that Mountain Dew that's sitting on a motherfucking bench right there. Y'all see that Mountain Dew? She over there drinking it. So I'm trying to give you a shout out, Whitney. Trying to give you a shout out. We work out at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. And I be starting at 3:55. I don't got time to play with them people.
Right.
We come in the other day, I'm 6 minutes in. Never mind all that stuff. So anyway, we doing these T-bar rows today, these V-grip rows. And Whitney had 3 45-pound plates on the joint. So I go back at
shows everybody the video.
Yeah, so I go back at
challenge us. I said, good for Whitney.
Yeah. So look, first Whitney, they was all like, oh, good for her. So she can do all that. And all this other shit. They was just acting like they wasn't your friend. I'm telling you, them people said something. If your shit was ringing, them people was saying some stuff about you, lady. Alright? And guess what they wound up doing? The same shit after they saw it. They talk all that shit and did it anyway. So look, while Wendy was going, right? I said, now that's Wendy Hunt right there. That's what I told her, right? I said, you wasn't that strong when you was Wendy Saray. That's what I told her, right? She was talking about that Saray shit. I was like, yeah, you was over there doing fucking yoga and all that other shit. You was Wendy Saray. You come around here with Lynch, you about to lift this whole motherfucking shit, right, Lou? Huh? She can do that with that?
Coach.
Shit, all right, go ahead, boo. Now we can get started.
When my neck be looking like his, he gonna be looking
She gonna be growling at me and shit. Come on here, nigga. You get some of that. What? Talking to him. Taking that bass out your motherfucking voice. Now I got you warmed up when you started, man. Look, I love this lady, man, because she down for everything that I be just I change shit up. Like, y'all know how I be doing it in the gym? I'm like, what's on the board, Marlo? Nah, fuck that, we ain't doing that shit. Y'all know how to change it up? I do that shit at home, y'all. I told her, we built this house. It took us damn near 2 years to build this house, right?
Let me live in an apartment.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you build something. They be telling you that you gotta do this and that and third. So anyway,
third
we built
floor.
the house. God.
Got me pregnant.
Love Unfiltered. Every time we tell this story, Titi like, I was in the next room. The shit was so small. I'm like, well, Titi, you thought we wasn't gonna be doing it for a year and a half? Shit. Grown people gotta get some shit off their motherfucking stress box. So anyway, y'all, look, check it out. We built this house, right? And it was a long, arduous process. We went through 2 tornadoes. And because we built a basement, like the drenches that they had to build the walls in under, like it flooded. And they couldn't do anything to get the water out, but just wait for it to actually dry up. And then once it started to dry up, guess what? We went through another tornado that shit would, anyway, so shit is supposed to take like 9 months, took like damn near 18 months to do. So here we are in this little box again. I'm like, damn, I told you I wasn't going back. They put me in a whole other jail cell. Over there in fucking, what's the name of that shit? City View Apartments. Yeah, they put me over there in the shit for a year and a half. And anyway, check it out. As soon as we get in the house, I'm in there prophesying and telling my vision. We gonna be here 5 years. That's it. That's what I told her. So when I tell you I change shit up, I'll be like, as soon as we get into something, I'll be like, man, we out of here, man. Let's go. We're going the other way. They be looking at me like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? I ain't even moved in yet. We still ain't get all the furniture. He talking about we out of here in 5 years. That's where I be at. Shit, I'm in a place where I had to think way ahead or else I was gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm talking about? right, so anyway, Love Unfiltered, 5th episode. We done ran through some topics, man, right? We talked about how we met. A lot of y'all, you know us or think you know us and know some things about us. But once we started talking on that couch with these mics and that camera, some things started to come out, and now you're starting to really understand like who we are. Because we gave you the unfiltered version. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I know that some of you have watched the stuff. I saw some of your comments and stuff like that. And throughout this whole time that we're talking and up here filming, if you have any questions about anything that we've said or talked about, then feel free to bring that up. When we start passing out mic and stuff like that.
Yeah. And we can recap the topics if you need to.
Yeah, well, we talked about how we met because a lot of people, people know that Wendy was a police officer, and my story was the prison to prosperity type of thing, and then a lot of people kind of looking at those dynamics like, man, you the cop and the guy that went to jail and he did 10 years.
That shit is not even real.
Yeah.
When we say that, people like, what? Yeah. Nah, y'all lying. Oh, really?
It's Netflix. Yeah, right time. We'll monetize it. We'll figure out how to get money from it. Maybe part 2, prison prosperity talks, Hulu, yeah, whatever. You watch all that shit. You gotta get on the platform. That's all. But yeah. So that's like a main thing that people always like asking us about and things like that, like how we met and all that stuff. But we just wanted to clear the air up there that we met way before she was a cop and way before I went to prison. Now, I knew I was going to prison. Talk about community property.
Keep it real. Let's go, unfiltered, let's go.
Okay, Love Unfiltered. Let me explain to y'all what happened. So I was in a long-term relationship, all right? A lot of you ladies know what I'm talking about. I was in a long-term relationship. So check out. Like I'm a bona fide hustler. And when I say bona fide hustler, like I think things all the way through. And the people that I looked at my life and I said, when I get the most money, I have one person that I'm with. This is what I said. When I get the most money, when I'm up and my game is up, I'm locked in and I'm focused. So if I gotta take this one out and go over here and hang with this one and spend money on that one and go out to eat with that one, there's a lot more money that's going out than me saving and putting in. So I've always been in a primary relationship. All right. Now I was in that long time relationship.
Primary relationship. Ain't that some stuff?
What's up?
I thank God
For what?
for this union. Primary relationship. Is that what they call it now?
Anyway, y'all, I was in a long-term relationship and we broke up. So when I broke up we broke up, right, and it didn't work anymore, I was just sowing my royal oats.
Sowing.
Come on, y'all, give it up for me. Sow my oats, y'all. You get out of relationships and shit, y'all be like,
And I ain't want nothing to do with that oatmeal. No, ma'am.
Until the second day.
it's unfiltered. It's unfiltered.
It's unfiltered.
It's unfiltered, right? Okay, cool. Did you think we was exclusive?
Absolutely not, but I feel like once I start messing with you, everybody wanted a piece. I'm being real.
You niggas don't know. You niggas that so look. Contrary to pop belief, cause I'm married now and now, be running around the streets and shit like that. I always been the shit, and I don't want to say this I'm saying it with a straight face. I'm saying
He was getting money, so he was definitely the shit.
Yeah, but I mean, when I'm regular, I'm the shit. And then when you get money, then you extra shit. Right on. Now, why do you think somebody want me more? Because you want me at that. What the hell wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm a trendsetter.
So one thing Wendy didn't tell y'all was, one thing Wendy didn't tell y'all was when I did my bid.
Y'all don't even want to know.
So when I was locked up and I was in prison.
One time, y'all, I was at the hairdresser's, right? Cashing out. So I'm talking to my friend who did my hair, and she's like, what you about to do? And this other girl was like, I heard her talking to somebody. She was like, "Oh, I'm about to go see Lynch." I'm like, "Ain't this some shit?" I was like, "Yeah, no, I got fall off." Listen, like to be at the hair salon and the other chick talking about I'm about to go see him. Yeah, that was my exit.
Stage left.
Man, y'all don't let women say anything on this joint. I'm not gonna let her say anything. So listen, let me tell you something. When and I'm not like trying to be nobody that I'm not. This is exactly how things go. When people were filling out their visiting list to come.
He justifies that.
I ain't justifying no shit. I'm about to give you the facts. I used to tell Tamika. I used to tell each and every. Tamika, you know about the visiting list. Tim, you know about the damn visiting list. Now look, when I used to fill out when they used to fill them out, I used to tell them, you are not the only woman who comes to see me. So what I used to tell them was, do not pop up on me on any of these visits. They all got the same story. I swear to God, they got this story. Now, you hear me? Hell
Oh, I ain't
really
never bump into nobody.
Well, she ain't bumping. You know why she ain't bumping nobody? Because everybody got the fucking story. And because I always been the shit, then that nigga, they was cool with it. Now, that's right. Give me some fucking vibes. Shit. Now, I always been able to articulate myself. So at the end of the day, look, I wasn't coming home to nobody because I got 10 fucking years. So you know you doing something after you leave here, and I accept that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So now, when that nigga answer the phone, when that nigga don't give you the mail, when that nigga get mad because you coming to see me, I'm not involved with that. So it's something. So we had all the conversations. What was his name? Finally give you the stack.
The person who intercepted the mail?
Yeah, the nigga that finally give you the stack of mail when y'all break up and finally give you 100 motherfucking letters. And I don't know. Y'all seen Dumb Bubble? Y'all seen Dumb Bubble? Then they find the letters that they found the letters that they y'all saw it? That's what happened. The nigga gonna give her a box of letters. He can hide the letters, intercepted the mail the whole time. You told her to beat me? Shit. That's the way it happened, y'all. We got a real love story right here. But here's the thing, is whenever she was going through, and she needed a real nigga to talk to, shit, I talked to her. But I wasn't on no hate. No, what I'm saying was, I'm gonna give you the same relationship advice I'm giving you niggas now. I was giving it to her. But I was just saying, when I get my chance at redemption, I'm not gonna blow it and fuck it up.
Right.
So whatever she got going on now, she needs that. She has to have that. She needs to go through that. She got to become and she got to go through all that shit. So she know. I got this saying that I say when I go talk to the young people and shit. I say it to you old motherfuckers too, but when I go there, this is what I tell them. I say, look, if you don't know what something look like, you won't be able to tell it when you see it. I'm gonna say it again. If you don't know what something look like, you won't be able to tell it when you see it. So I gotta let you go ahead and experience all the bullshit, all the fuckery, all the fuck niggas. I gotta let you see all that shit, so when the real motherfucker come through, you gonna know that he doing what he supposed to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
God, man, I'm just talking, man. Shit, I get paid to talk. But I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead, honey.
I think we should just get on to the show.
Absolutely. Shit, give me a mic. Go on there. Didn't I tell you, big boy? I said, they give me a mic. It's over with shit. Now, if I'm just talking with this thing right here, it don't activate nothing with this thing right here. But they give me a mic. I'm about to go in. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. So listen, y'all. Today's topic, y'all, and we're not gonna be long on it because I already spent 20 minutes just warming up. And I'm talking about, I'm done with this shit. Today's topic is about expectations in relationships. Come on, give it up for that real quick. Expectations in relationships. I want y'all to start thinking right now as we're talking, like some of your expectations, because some of you motherfuckers got some unrealistic expectations. So we was talking yesterday and we was going in, and oh man, I can't wait till y'all hear this shit here. This gotta be unfiltered out loud, all right? So, but let's talk about some of the expectations that you may have had when we got married or before we got married. And remember, this is unfiltered, so, you know, we'll start all that.
I can talk? So here I am, a newlywed, in my 4-bedroom home with a beautiful backyard and no picket fence. But no, our first...
First of all, it's 5 bedrooms.
No, that was the first house.
Oh, the other house.
Yeah. So, I just remember Lynch moved here in July of 2012, and then the following year, which was 2013, it was Father's Day, and I was like, I'm gonna buy my husband a lawnmower. He gonna cut the grass, I'm gonna take him some lemonade. I was like, boo, I'm gonna get you a lawnmower. Don't give me no fucking lawnmower.
You know motherfucking lawnmower.
That's exactly how you said it too.
You're talking about I ain't cut no grass.
I had fantasies.
Yes.
Take him
Just
some
want to see me
lemonade.
out, sweat glistening all over my body.
You know what I'm saying?
All these muscles, you can see me sweating in the backyard. Like, I ain't cut no motherfucking grass. Don't get me wrong.
I was just so like, are you kidding me? He was like, no, I'm dead serious, don't buy me no lawnmower. I'm like, Lynch, but I thought, he was like, yeah, no, not gonna happen.
Thinking come from not knowing. Y'all need to write that down too. I thought. Write that shit down in your notes.
So my
Thinking come from.
expectation was to have this domesticated man cutting grass,
You gonna break me in? Domesticated.
painting the fence, putting, well, I ain't gonna say changing light bulbs and stuff, but like, you know,
You
just,
fix the car and all this shit.
no, for real, y'all.
I'm an intellectual.
The Jeep, y'all know the Jeep Lex used to drive, a lot of y'all not. The rear lamp bulb went out, and I'm like, babe, the lamp is out. He was like, make an appointment. I made an appointment.
That's right on the floor. That's funny. I called my nephew.
Make an appointment at the Jeep
I called my nephew. Come
I said,
change your
dude.
motherfucking light bulb. Nigga, I'll pay you $20.
I said, Google what bulb go to AutoZone.
It don't got nothing to do with no money. Listen.
But that was my expectation. Like the little simple stuff. He's a genius, but y'all, he wants to be a blonde with spicy stuff. Who the hell?
Nah, let me tell you. All right, so here's what I want to do. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's a matter of fact, I ain't gonna do that yet. We're gonna get to that after we get this expectation shit. So I told my wife, because I gotta talk logical, like and rational to emotional people. You know what I'm talking about? And that shit just don't work sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I got the best like defense attorney in the world, right? And
Trinity?
no, I'm talking about me and my damn justifications. So I'm the defense attorney coming to my, defense and my injury, right? And I'm coming with these stuff. And just think about it. And I was like, so we was talking yesterday, and Trinity was in it, and we talking out loud because our daughter, she's 21. Well, we got a 30-year-old, we got a 21, but a 21-year-old lives in the house. So these are like great experiences for her and conversations for her to actually have so that she doesn't have unrealistic expectations and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm telling my wife, I said, hey babe, this is how much money I make an hour, right? And I had, shout out to Jamel in the back. Jamel, what's up, man? What's going on with you, man? I see you out there. So I just did a podcast with Jamel, right? And then from the podcast with Jamel, I met another dude who he introduced me to, and they asked for a media kit. And I'm going to be doing a fitness seminar in Miami, Florida, in the end of June or something like that. And I asked for a media kit and my rates and all that different type of stuff that's in my media kit. So they're going to get for what they want. They're going to get a price tag of like $5 to $10K. I'm saying all that to say we take these numbers, right? And if a motherfucker going to cut the grass for $100, while I'm making $5,000, what I look like taking my hour to cut the grass.
I just wanted you to get my expectation.
So, let me get the mind. This is 2024 now. Let's just say it's 2012, 2015. I don't care what year. This is 2000s. Y'all know we was born in the 1900s? Real quick, I just came to an epiphany. We old, y'all. We was born in the 1900s. We was born in a whole other century. Damn, man, we old. We fucked up. All right, so look, check it out. Look, pay attention. It sounds crazy, though. You was born in the 1900s, man. So, DC.
He did.
Hurt my man, he got trauma. He got trauma from being born in 1900. So real quick, y'all, this is all I want to say. The 1900s, the 2000s, whatever year it is, when I got married, I didn't have this unrealistic expectation that every day I come home from work, my house gonna be clean, and I'm gonna have hot food on the table, and all that type of shit.
Your house wasn't clean?
I'm talking about Big Mama's expectations, the expectations that my grandfather had for my grandma. I'm not projecting on Wendy Hunt. This is why I'm one of the dopest spouses and relationships to have around. You need to be asking me questions. So the way my life is set up, right? And some of y'all been to the house, we had mad events and shit like that, but y'all don't know that this shit is 4,900 square feet, all right? I don't expect my wife to clean every crack and cranny and all that stuff in that house. That's an unrealistic expectation. She got her own brand. She working all these hours a day. She got empowerment shit. She pouring into people. We got 3 kids. We got a 4-year-old, and I don't expect her. She want me to paint the motherfucking fence and do all that other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all say this happy wife, happy life. Man, that's why on the other episode I was saying happy spouse, happy house, because there's 2 of us in this relationship.
Right.
So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Y'all follow me now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't expect my wife to do all of this unrealistic stuff that I saw my mom doing or my grandmom doing and all that other stuff, because our lives are set up totally different. She on somebody podcast at 7, 8 o'clock at night. She got some what's the clients that come to the house for their shopping experience and all that different type of stuff. And I'm on a diet half the time. So she don't even know how to cook half of the shit that I'm eating anyway. So I'm not expecting Wendy to have a meal for me every single night. Dudes, do me a favor. Get that shit out your head right now, because it's going to cause a bunch of friction in your shit. Now, ladies, get this shit out of your head that I gotta get under the car and get oil on my motherfucking face and chin and fingers and all that other type of shit. I'm not fixing the car. Look, I paid $20 to $40 for the gold AAA joint. I ain't even changing the tire. Y'all hear me?
No, you don't change the tire.
Yeah, I shot at Sabrina. I went over to Sabrina's house and changed her tire the other day and shit like that. But I changed it because it was in the garage.
Sorry, you better take it to the shop. That don't know it.
I only changed
That
it
part,
because
Wendy.
I only changed it because Sabrina got Tootie. Sabrina got Tootie right now. I'm the thinker. I told you I was an intellectual. Where Tootie at? Because if not, Tootie be running past this joint right now, and the whole podcast would be fucked up. Sabrina got Tootie right now. If Sabrina called, we're gonna go help Sabrina, whatever she got going on. Y'all got that? All right, cool. My wife be on some other shit. I don't know. This lady crazy. So anyway, that was an expectation that I did not have for you. Now, it allows us to actually function and move with the way our life is set up. So what I was going to say the first time there's a space between what we want, what we desire, right, and fantasy, and then reality.
Right.
Because our lives are, look, these shits are dynamic. These shits are forever changing. And we went from, this one house to this other house, and we went from, 2 kids to 3 kids, and one in college and only 1 in the home, and then all of a sudden, 1 got to move back, and then there's 3 in the house, and shit changes.
Right.
And then that stretches you out and moves you out different type of stuff. And now we got bigger responsibilities and all this different type of stuff. And if I have the same expectations for a different situation, then this shit's gonna be fucked up, y'all.
Right.
You can't have the same expectation. So it's like doing a math problem. You can't bring the same, if this equation, I'm about to show you how smart I am. If this calls for, I don't want to lose y'all, man. You can't bring the same dynamics into the different equation, man. It's just going, it ain't gonna work. So I just want to tell you in front of everybody, from the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul, I ain't cut no damn grass. She thought I was gonna say something affectionate. Yeah, see, I thought y'all was going to podcast. So I did all this just so I could get some. That's it. I did all this just so I could get some. That's all. But yes, let's expectations. Like real quick, you got that mic over there? If anybody, I want you to, if anybody can share with us one of your expectations of your spouse or your significant other or something that you want in a mate or something like that, and then let's talk about it. Let's expound on it or something like that. Does anybody have an expectation that it's like a must-have on their list? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and ladies, I got your back if you hear what you mean.
Does anybody have something that, like a box that has to be checked? Does anybody have okay, there we go, right there. They go one right there. So right there, like, put your damn hand down.
Come on, Mr. Short.
Should I bring this one over?
Okay. I'm sorry. So when I have boys, okay, 3 boys, and in my head, because we're a blended family, you know, in my head, you know, you hug your boys, you kiss your boys, you know. Fathers need to be more, you know, loving and cuddling and affectionate to, you know, because they need that in their life, you know. They need to see all of that and feel all of that. Hold on. This is my moment. You didn't put your hand up, remember? I put mine up. So, you know, I would say, you know, well, sweetheart, you know, talk to them, you know, hug them, you know, talk to them nicer, you know, be a little more, you know, gentle. And my darling husband would say things to me like, I'm not raising kitty cats, cleared up, you know, I'm raising men. And I'm like, why would you say something like that to me? Now, my eldest boy, you know, went off to the military. He was like, he'll be great in the military. And I'm like, send my baby to the military. Send my baby to the military. He needs structure. He'll do well in structure. And with that being said, when he came out, the man that he became, this is not his biological father. But when I tell you they are exactly alike, but I couldn't see that when they were this size. You know what I mean? I couldn't see that, and it hurt me to my heart because I just wanted them to be loved and hugged and, you know, that TV foolishness, if you will. But he didn't have that. That's not what he saw. He saw a vision. He said, no, these are young boys, and they need to be men, and not only that, they're black men. They need to be hit hard, rough and tumble, because out there ain't nice. So that's all I was going to say, husband.
I love you. You should finish that off with thank you.
That's what I was going to say, and I say thank you to that. I will never take that from you. You did that for them. And we got 2 more to go.
One thing that I expect in a relationship is communication. Back in 2003, I had a girlfriend. She died tragically in a car accident like 4 days after my 25th birthday. And prior to her passing, we got into this big argument. And we said some things to each other that, you know, we couldn't take back. And we never got a chance to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I was this, that, and so forth. So one thing that I've also learned is that, you know, when I have a problem with my mate or whoever, I try my best not to go to bed upset. I try my best not to end the day without, you know, communicating, trying to work out that issue. Because, you know, tomorrow's not promised. And this happened, 20 years ago, and it still haunts me to this day. So my expectation is communication, honesty. You have a problem, just talk it out, because you never know.
Thank you. No, that's real. And I think in the last podcast I made reference to that. Like, I'm a person, I can't hold things in. If I have an issue with anybody, I just like to resolve conflict, and it's not out of, like, you know, just for drama, but it just relieves and it gives me closure on stuff. And one thing I like with Lynch and I, Lynch is the more stubborn person in the marriage than I am. And if we are beefing at something, I'm like, I want to talk through it. And sometimes it's just something as easy as, boy, I love you, and then he back in. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely have to communicate, because if you don't, you'll find yourself like you said, in a situation like that. So you do have to make peace with that, Terrell. And I would just say, forgive yourself for not communicating, but you learned through that lesson. And in the next relationship, you just know better.
That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
so that is one of our foundational key elements of our relationship, where we literally don't go to sleep without, kind of coming to some type of understanding or resolving a problem, even if it's just agree to disagree. We just making sure that we don't carry, the stresses or the energies of, the day into our subconscious, sleeping and things like that. So we always try to get to the bottom of whatever it is that we got going on. And when we're first putting these things together in our relationship, like, you gotta really be open to, so a lot of us, we say we're gonna do some stuff when we like feel good or we're in the moment, but to actually, keep each other accountable on those same things that, you don't feel like doing at the time is, so she's the person that, is kind of upholding me to, nigga, this is what you said we was gonna do, we was gonna talk about it, and I be on some shit like, nigga, I was in solitary confinement for a year, I ain't got to talk to nobody around this joint, like, I'm cool, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be telling, that's just how I'll be like, all right, well, I'm good. I'll be having better conversations with myself.
But the minute I'll be like, come here, boy. All in, sucker for love.
Yeah. You want to say something? Okay, hold on. Derek before out here talking. Man, hold on, man. You got hold on one second. There you go. He finally figured it out. He a little slow. You see how slow he moving.
All right, so since it's real talk, Connie's not my first wife. Okay, and I'm not her first husband. We've been around the block a few times, and there's some things I've learned. And we were talking about communication. One thing that me and my wife do, unfortunately, we do sometimes go to bed mad at each other. But how we fix that, how we tend to fix that in our relationship is we've been together 12 years? We've been together 12 years. We've spoken every day. Every day we don't go, whether she's a travel nurse and she's in Boston, Hawaii, Chicago, wherever, we speak every day, every morning and every afternoon. And we end each conversation, we kiss, whether it's on FaceTime, they'll see me, and I tell her I love her, and she'll tell me she loves me. Now, no matter how angry we are, upset at each other, we always do that every day. Let me tell you something. It's very hard to stay mad at somebody who tells you they love you, and you tell them you love them. No matter how much you want to be mad, eventually you just can't.
I got a question for you both, because I know you were saying that you weren't going to cut the grass, and you were too busy to cook, but who submitted to who first, and how y'all deal with submission? Because that's a battle in a lot of relationships. So how did y'all get through to the submission part?
Okay. All right. Thank you, man. Great question. Great question.
Great question.
Will. If y'all haven't, make sure you. This is not mine. This is the other one. There you go. There you go. The lovely Vanna White.
You know what? I love it.
Submission. Sub is under, and mission is a vision or work. And like follow these words. Follow these words. Shout out to Not Your Average Podcast. Not Your Average Podcast.
And shout out to Will and Ashley, who just won the Power Couple Triad.
That's great stuff, man. We appreciate y'all being here this evening and always supporting us and coming through and everything, man. Y'all, it's always an honor to be in your presence. Submission, sub under, mission, vision, work, someone is always going to have a greater vision or greater work that's taking place at the moment. Y'all hear me? It doesn't just have to be the man,
Okay.
and it doesn't just have to be the woman. Now, I'm not just talking about your 9 to 5 work.
Right.
There's a purpose-driven vision or mission that's taking place, and somebody is going to actually see that this is going to be greater later.
That was
All
me.
right. So that was Wendy, who had she submitted to my vision and work even when
Like a prison cell, y'all.
So we would be on a visit, and with the visit, make sure you get that, because if you fall out this motherfucker, I don't got no defibrillators, I don't know where the AED machine at, and all that. You got it, nigga? So we were in, prison cell. I was in visits, and we would do things like an exercise and see. Like I would be like, Wendy, we're gonna do something today, and I just need you to, follow my lead. And with that exercise and seeing, we would sit across from each other, and we would say, one of us is gonna close our eyes, and while you're looking at me, you're gonna look at every single scar on my face and every wrinkle and crack, or, on my brow and all this stuff. And you're going to, you're going to forgive me for all of the things that, have transpired. And, it's just some long drawn out stuff, but just these things actually allowed us to look at each other and just empathize with what we've been through, and just to have a clean slate. And when that happened, it was neither one of us was better than the other one. And it allowed us to actually say, if you have a better plan than I do at the time, then I'm gonna rock with that plan. So we bring things to the table, and I usually have the best plans, Mike. You heard me, Mike? My plans usually be the best. So anyway, my plan was to build this, brand or whatever, and the stuff that y'all see now. This was a vision. This was a dream. This was, things that was planned out, and articulating those thoughts and that vision and those plans to Wendy on visits and in letters and on phone calls and in emails. Those things allowed her to trust in the stuff, that the works that I wanted to do. So she wanted to support that in any way, because she knew that would increase the quality of not just her life, but our family's life. So it was something that she could get behind or get under, something she could submit to, even if I wasn't paying none of the bills. She was still submitting to the mission or the vision of the person with the higher cast, the person that was casting it further. Does that make sense? So that's what submission is all about. And sometimes it changes. Those dynamics change. And if she has a mission or a vision now, it's like, okay, well, I have to do this, that, and the third for this entire season, because this is where we want to get to later. And I think this will make our family, this will put us in a better situation and increase our quality of life. So I submit to her vision or her mission or her work in some way, shape, or form, and then she does the same thing, vice versa. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now I just want you to kind of take inventory, of what you have going on, and you say, okay, who has the vision or the mission, and it has to have a purpose. It can't just be, I work and I make, $122,000 and you make $35,000. So nigga, you better listen to what I'm talking about. Like, it don't work like that. Like, it literally is what is going to be the best long-term play for what we got going on. Does that make sense? Y'all know, like, Beyonce for Coachella, she didn't make as much money as Ariana Grande. And some people were looking from the outside in and they were saying, hey, Ariana Grande made more money than Beyonce and all this different type of stuff. Beyonce wound up selling the footage, right? Turn it into a documentary and sell the footage and making way more money from the Netflix and Hulu specials and stuff like that from the because she was playing a long ball.
Right.
So there may be somebody in her camp that like is like, nah, Ariana Grande getting this, and you were bigger than her, and you need to be getting this, and that, third, and then they not even submitting to the vision for the long play. And then they wind up giving it $30 million for it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So somebody gotta have something that pushes you past the here and now. And it's gotta be from here. Because sight is just a function of the eyes, and vision is a function of the heart, right? And we talk about just moving past what we see right now. And that's where we was on during those early years in our life. And hey man, I wasn't making no money. You know, I was just literally like trying to figure out how we was gonna make this bigger and better. And I needed that support, and I needed the foundation of the career that she actually had. And she knew what that was, and she was out there pulling the what's that called when you do the double, what's that called when you do the off-duty? She was doing off-duty work. Y'all see the cops at the games, you see the cops on the highway, you see like they do their regular shifts first, then they go do off-duty work, and it's like time and a half type of stuff. So she was doing all those things, and thank God she was a police officer because she had her own cop car. So she could go to work with the cop car, and I could drive the
That's my cop car. I ain't have to pay for no gas.
and then I didn't have to buy a car.
I missed that GPD.
I mean, some of y'all putting pressure on motherfuckers. Look, I didn't have the pressure of going to have to buy a car and get a car note, and I wasn't ready for a car note. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wasn't ready. I tore that motherfucker up, y'all. I put dumbbells and kettlebells on the back of the luxury leather things. Man, fuck that shit. We ain't gonna have that shit in 3 years.
Now we got 3 cars.
I'm talking about all black. Niggas all black everything. Our driveway looked like the president pulled up. Shit. I love what I'm talking about. SUVs, 3 of them. We ain't got no luxury, none.
Let me get a new car.
Come on, let's go. Next thing. Next who else got a car?
What y'all want to know? He talks so damn much.
They talking good shit.
No, you do, baby.
Yeah, he's talking.
I literally practiced with him yesterday and said you cannot be long-winded.
Well, all right. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what our top what we was talking about yesterday. Has anybody seen the podcast with what's the comedian name?
Country Wayne.
Country Wayne and Shannon Sharp. Anybody seen the Country Wayne and Shannon Sharp joint? If y'all haven't, go check it out.
It's actually really
I ain't getting paid to tell you to go watch Shannon Sharp shit. I'm telling you to go watch it. So anyway, it was part of the podcast where Country Wayne had these expectations of, a mate. If he was going to get, because I think he was married before, so if he was going to get married again, Shannon Sharp asking these questions and stuff like that. Shannon Sharp ain't even married, asking somebody about married questions and shit. So anyway, to me, I think Country Wayne had these unrealistic expectations.
I don't think so.
That's what I like about you, boo. You ain't scared to be wrong.
No, you didn't.
Hey, we wouldn't be sitting here right now if she wasn't scared to be wrong, y'all. She jumped all the way out there. She put her whole career on the line and everything. She was a whole cop, came to the jail and everything. She was like, man, fuck, if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Yo, I did all that, ain't even had touched the lady yet, y'all. I'm tinkling in the ink pen.
But I said I did some bullshit.
I said I do it, didn't see your feet. Unfiltered, damn it. So listen, I think Country Wayne had these unrealistic expectations because he just became like, I don't know how long ago it was, but he's become like this a vegan or something like that.
Yeah,
he's
I
a
thought you were
vegan.
talking about him fast tracking to stardom.
No, yeah. he's got a bunch of money now. He's made 20 million off of YouTube and stuff like that, and he's a vegan. And he was talking about how he wants a woman who is basically going to be like.
Who wants to cook? I don't agree with how you perceive it.
She gonna fuck them vegetables up. He barely home. Like, he always out and all this different type of stuff. So he's looking for someone that is not even gonna fit his lifestyle. Go ahead, just keep talking, just go ahead. I don't know, you guys gotta check it out.
He said that basically he had like females that would wake up and have on, like put on some hot girl stuff trying to turn them on. He was like, go turn that stove on. You gonna turn me on. And I get that. Like, he wants more than just a pretty face. And it's just nothing wrong with that. And he said, you know what, you don't even have to cook all the time, but I just need you to have the means to at least reach out to maybe a chef. But a lot of the broads he dealt with was just strictly a trophy and probably didn't even know how to network and find like a chef and a housekeeper. And he said in most of his relationships, the chicks was dirty and they kept a dirty house. And that was his #1 turnoff. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. At the end of the day, he kind of brought it all the way back around. And he was saying one thing and then he justified it another way and stuff like that. So he wound up covering the stuff that I was saying and then covered the stuff that she was saying too. But I think you should check it out and you can hear it for yourself and dissect it and everything. But that's how we actually got to the topic of unrealistic expectations and everything like that. And I was explaining that, like, he has a totally different lifestyle. He's got like 5 different locations that he lives at. Now, which one is she gonna clean and keep and which like, so he'll come home for a week and the house was clean and the nigga got 10 kids, right? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Nigga? You got 10 kids, you got 5 baby moms, and you want a domesticated lady that's gonna do all, man, you need somebody that's gonna understand that she gotta deal with 5 other
women.
Where do you think you about to find this lady at? Right on, am I the only one to think like this? No? Alright, so you better hope that you find somebody that's gonna take you out for how much money you got, find somebody that's gonna put up with 5 baby moms and 10 kids. You about to be number 16 on the damn team.
How he said he was done. Say that again.
No, listen what I'm saying. You about to be 16 on the team. Because when one of the 5 baby moms take you to court.
Oh no, they all get money.
Right, because it's cheaper to keep her. So he gonna make things right with them before he even make things right with the new damn girlfriend. That's what I'm saying, he's just talking. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking logically, this is real. Like, once this stuff blow up, then you dealing with real problems. Right. And you gonna tell her, listen, I know how you feel and what you talk about, but you don't know this one over here. Right. And if she get these damn courts involved, it's gonna be more than the salary that I got them on now. They about to go get percentages. Right. You hear what I'm saying? So he gonna say, you sit down over there because you already got prenup. Because you ain't about to take a quarter, a third, a half, or nothing. So he already got her on his damn ration. Does that make sense? He got on his ration. So I'm telling you how it go. So he wants something that he can go tell, sit your ass in the corner and make the joint there and this and that and third. But what's going to happen is he going to find somebody that he going to wind up just saying, yeah, you got everything. And still going to be putting, and then guess what she going to do at the end? Take everything. So you got to be careful what you asking for and looking for because the universe has a way of evening that shit out.
Somebody has a question.
They got it here.
Give her that too. Hand this to the big one.
She got it right here. Oh.
Hey, so my question is, it sounds like you guys did not talk about expectations prior to getting married. Or maybe you may have talked about some, but just not cutting the grass. So I want to know, at what point did you guys talk about expectations? And do you feel like that's an important conversation to have prior to getting married?
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly we didn't talk about cutting grass. Definitely did. And I think as we kind of just accepted some things from each other. I did start off cooking because I gained 10 pounds first year of
I mean,
marriage.
she can burn, she rock, she can kill it, but
No, you about to go somewhere else.
no.
I want to talk about the expectation. So my expectations came from what was programmed from my mother, like, you know, the things that as little girls, you want to be married, 2 kids, you know, the songs, the lyrics that's out there, and that was my expectation. My father is like Mr. Domestication, he could build a car, so I thought that that's what my husband needed to be. And when I approached lunch with that, and he was like that, I was thinking, what the hell did I do? You know what I'm saying? This wasn't part of the game. And then when he made sense saying, I can pay this person to do this, that, and the third, and I'm like, yeah, but I still want you to do this thing. Because I had him painting, despite what he said he was and wasn't going to do. He painted rooms and, yeah. And I mean, but that's something that I wanted. You didn't, but you painted the
I
bathroom.
painted TT room,
Yeah,
painted the bathroom.
but that's something that I desired and I wanted from my husband. And that's just like him coming home saying, hey, boo, can you make me this? It's maybe a recipe that I never made. But I think as time went on, we started managing our expectations from one another. But that definitely was not a conversation that we had early on in marriage.
Yeah. So a lot of times it's like, when you got a clean slate, you just kind of going with the flow, and the canvas is clear. There's nothing on it. So everything we do, we kind of just we create it as we go, and like things are changing. Like, you know what I mean? They keep changing every single year, or you know, like, so when I first like got there, it was like, I don't know, like, what they got going on, what they had going on before this or something like that. So I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. I don't want to come in and say, well, the man's supposed to be doing this and the man's supposed to be doing that. And I'll take the trash out or something. I don't know, but all that extra shit, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about y'all or what y'all got going on, but there's certain things that they're not in my wheelhouse. So I was a point guard in high school playing basketball and stuff like that. And my whole job is to facilitate the whole entire thing that we got going on. So to know everybody's roles and responsibilities, and then once we know and understand their roles and responsibilities, is to make sure that they're put in the proper places so we can get the best outcomes. And that's what happens when you're like the general on the floor or the coach on the floor, right? You make sure that if that's not in that person's wheelhouse, then we're probably going to spend more time, more energy, more resources painting it again, hiring another person to fix it or to get it done. So I'm not going to spend 2-3 hours trying to figure it out, mess it up, then gotta hire somebody to actually do it again after me because I done fucked this shit up.
Right.
Like, do that shit make sense? So I think that far ahead, and I'm like, yo, that's not even no shit that I do. I ain't grow up doing it. I ain't been doing it. I don't like doing it. So I'm about to go into it with an attitude, and I'm gonna fuck it up on purpose. Anybody else gonna do some shit like that? I knew I was gonna fuck it up. Does it make sense?
Yeah. And I also want to just make reference to, like, my parents divorced when I was like 9 or 10, and your parents divorced at like 7 years old. So we never had an example. We had to figure it out for ourselves. So, you know, once I got to learn who he was as my husband, as a man, and the things that he was willing to do and not willing to do, I accepted it because it wasn't so bad, you know what I mean? He was a great provider, a great protector of his family, and always professed his love. So that became the norm for us and what I accepted. And like I said, I started managing my expectations, and here we are.
Yeah, so with that, it was like anybody ever read Chapman, Love Languages? Love Languages. You read the Love Languages, right? So if anybody ever read the 5 love languages or whatever they are, you know, you go through these things and you have these, you know, lists, and you find out, you know, what your spouse or your partner, you know, actually needs to recharge or refill up or regenerate or rejuvenate. You find out what those things are, and then you make those daily deposits, and they're not always in that little dumb shit. Because at the end of the day, like when she gave me, when we found out what those love languages was, none of the shit said cutting the grass. I just need y'all to be rocking with me. That's a whole bar, wasn't it?
That's an act of service.
Yeah, I'm so
She's an act of service. It's an act of service.
hold on. I serve, nigga. I serve all day. I'm a serve motherfucker. I put service over self. I do everything for everybody before me.
Right.
I'm serving.
Yeah.
Now, what capacity are you accepting of or receiving the service? So you got to start to manage do you want this or do you want this? Because now that we got 4,900 square feet, my act of service from her ain't cleaning the fucking whole house.
Right.
Because you know why? I'm going to take the 4,900 over the 1,700 all damn day. And now, if I got to manage this expectation now and say, babe, look, I'm making $5,000 an hour over here. Call up, what's her name? What the hell the lady name? Flora. Call Flora ass over here. And get that shit done. That's it. And I need you to go hold the damn camera while I give me these $5,000 because I gotta put out some fucking videos while Florida cleaning the goddamn house. Do that shit make sense? You act the service. Damn it, act the service your ass over there.
I didn't say your love language. I said it was her.
No,
We wouldn't talk about your love language.
So here, what I'm saying is this, is that as your lifestyle changes, your expectations actually have to change because you just have to ask yourself, do I want this over this? Right. Now, if my shit was my wife cleaning this damn house and having my food on the joint all the time, then that means I need to be home at the same time every night. Yeah. Because if my wife cooking the food every single night at the same time, and I don't come home because I got meetings that ran over, because I had another client, because I had another speaking engagement, then the food will be cold. Now, how long do I expect for her to keep making the damn food, and your ass ain't even came home and the shit cold now? So my expectation gotta change with the lifestyle. And I told y'all it's a space where reality actually meets your desires and your wants and your needs. And if you don't figure that shit out, y'all gonna have tension in your life. So since I understand this shit, I move with the shit because I was the point guard. I move with it. Now they showing me a 2-3. Now they showing me a man-to-man. Now they showing me a 1-3-1. I gotta be able to see that shit as it comes. And now I gotta direct my people and say, yo, we wanted this. Yo, we wanted 5. Yo, we would screen through. Yo, come up. So I'm the motherfucking general. This shit make sense? Yo, all skills are transferable. Don't forget this shit that you had last season now because you got this damn house this season, because you got this career this season, because you got this job or this man this season. Don't forget all the shit that helps you get to where you at. That's good. Because that's the shit that's gonna keep you moving and progressing forward.
Shout out to Marlo.
Shout out to Lo in the building. What's going on, Lo? Hey, is?
Where you boo at?
Don't put the man on the spot. So here's what you got. Here's what you got. You got what you want, and you got what you have. Right. Now you have to ask yourself, do you want more of what you got, or you want more of what you want? And then if one don't serve the other, you got to figure out where the happiness gonna come into play at.
That's good.
And then that's where you actually have to compromise, or you have to restructure, or revalue, or reevaluate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we gotta continuously do that because I told her we leaving that house in 5 years. So now we gotta figure out 7,000 square feet.
That's May. May, March, April, May, 90 days.
Submission. Ask and ye shall receive. Right? You gotta figure. Look, even if it don't happen in 5, because I had a vision, if it happened in 5.5 or 6, it's because somebody had to actually have the vision. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when we first bought the house, wasn't nobody to the left of us, nobody to the right of us, nobody behind us, wasn't nobody around there, so shit looked all right. Now I got a motherfucker right here, a motherfucker right here, a motherfucker right here. Y'all hear me? I'm tired of seeing the motherfuckers when I come out. Shit, I have a party, y'all been there. Shit, I get 3 cars over there now. You don't pay all that money for some shit and you can only put 3 cars over there near your house. Don't even want, the mailbox is too close to my front door. Damn it. Yeah, I need a little bit more space.
Y'all have any questions from the topics that we discussed? I think Blended and Blessed was a very vital and significant episode that a lot of people resonated with.
Yes.
So I know that a lot of us have blended families, and it was a rough patch for us. So do you have any questions that you would like for us to answer tonight in regards to that?
Blended families.
Blended families.
Anybody here with blended families? Anybody blended families?
Everybody.
Tough, right? You know, tough?
It's different. It's definitely different. Any questions?
Any questions, any comments, any concerns about, the blended families? We went through that on one of the podcasts. We had some dope stuff.
Let's go, Miss Connie.
That's for that day you miss the gym.
Get it, Miss Connie. Get it in.
So the topic is your expectations, right? So when you come into a blended family, this is great right here. But them kids looking like, that's not my daddy, or, go do such and such. You're not my daddy. And depending, so my husband is one of them people that went out in 1972, if you know what I mean. So there's not so much of talk back or whatever. So you're gonna have to, what Coach said, you got to pivot, you got to turn, you got to be able to see this play, you got to see that play. That's not easy. You have girls. How was that for you? Because I got boys. It's been a long, it's been interesting.
But I can tell you, one thing, I remember one of our first encounters where things got a little rocky, and it was with my oldest daughter, and she was being a bit disrespectful, and she was like, Mom. I was like, Deej, this is my husband. And she was like, okay, let's be clear that one, before lunch came home, I purchased the house, so she looked at it like it was my house, and she was like, this your house? And I was like, no, this is my husband, and I literally had to recite scripture to her to let her understand, this is my husband, this is my man, and mind you, she was 18, so it was like, boo, you home for the weekend. Mama gotta live too. Remember that? Right. But no, I literally had to really explain to her, one, he's the head of the house, he's not mistreating us in any way. Like, when he's around here paying your tuition or feeding you and doing all this, that, and the third, he the best. But the minute he give you some correction, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make that clear with my girls.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that supported that was no matter what's going on, like me and Wendy always got a united front. So they can't like play one side versus the other.
Right,
like,
right.
We literally always be like, fuck what you talking about, it's us against the world. Sit down, like, we
Don't stay with your dad then.
always got a united front. Yeah. I'm telling you, so that's like the first thing. Now me and her go back and forth about it when we get upstairs, or like we'll do that. Like you know he was dead wrong, boo. Like we cussed her out for nothing, like that type of thing. But other than that, like you literally gotta have each other's back. You know what I'm saying? In public or in front of everybody else, and then y'all deal with y'all differences later on. But you gotta go with who got the best plan. Like sometimes you want something or she wants something and I want something, but it's maybe not the best thing to actually be going with or riding with at the time and shit like that. So, sometimes it was, yeah, you're the man of the house, but they gonna accept that correction better from you right now. So I'm gonna need you to go handle that. You know what I'm saying? And let me build up a little bit more credit in the bank before, you know, you have me going there and cussing somebody out or putting somebody on punishment and stuff like that. And, you know,
You don't like to be the bad guy, y'all.
yeah. So it's cool. I mean, she was a fucking cop anyway, so you gotta be the bad cop and shit. You gotta be the bad cop.